it's pretty noticeable that in the intervening 20 hours, 24 nearly, there's been a real lack of thank you Vera posts from those involved, and that
zipped mouth without the emoji.
Yeah, that's unpleasant to a degree. On one hand, it's understandable if the level of unhappiness with the manager was borne out in what was presented to Scott Canham or what Scott Canham presented to the board.
Scott Canham was that guy.
Scott Canham's that guy. He's better than Frank Lampard. Mark Canham was presented to him. It's still unseemly that someone who has guided a squad who had never been to a major tournament before to a World Cup, which isn't nothing, and they had an excellent qualifying campaign and should have probably got to the Euros before that as well, were it not for a rather unfortunate night in Ukraine, for there to be nothing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's a little bit tough. I mean, I have to say.
But you know what? I appreciate that at this stage it's probably difficult for anybody to break ranks and to be the first.
Yeah.
And to then have you were, again, you know, and a bit of finger pointing going on, especially when you're into camp in a couple of weeks. But still.
Yeah. And look, I mean, hers was a massive success and it won't be forgotten. The players, obviously, many of the players were eager for change. I don't think that's an unfair thing to say. That there has been nothing is a little bit... I find it a little bit sad, to be quite honest, because there's a general sadness about this, that while Pauw may not be the right person to bring, I mean, the FAI board basically had to decide, okay, Vera Pauw has been successful, her methods have been successful, are they sustainable? And the answer that they decided, having taken everything into account, was they're not sustainable. But they were successful, and it's sad not to see more of an appreciation of that. Now that will probably come in time. These things often do, and you know, that Vera Pauw genuinely, I think, was taken by the warmth of the Irish people around during her reign, particularly when she made those revelations last year around her past in Holland. I think she was genuinely moved by the support that she got from the public. So, you know, it's professional sport, it's a cruel and cutthroat business. I personally find it kind of a little bit sad that there's been no sense of farewell and
Cheers,
so forth.
Gaffer.